Good evening. I'd like to talk to you about boring a hole. No, seriously though. I think we all have this problem. I got a few hole saw bits. And I have as many of these stupid fucking, whatever you want to call them, bores and arbors, right? Got some broken ones. Got ones that are part of drill bits. That's for electricals, so it doesn't matter, right? And so one day I got this, which I thought was an upgrade. It's not so bad. This is one of the sort of quick release. I don't want to say it's quick release, but it's got these pins. Right? This was sort of a step up. All these ones with these pins lock into the bottom so that your bit doesn't get frozen onto here. And that's sort of nice and all. You unscrew it and things like that. But ultimately, you still have to put that on. And then you got to sort of get this lined up. Right? No, not there. Back it out a little bit. Push it through. Turn it. Oh, okay. Now it's lined up. Right? So now it's safe on there and it's not going to come loose. And then you back it back out. And then you take it off. Right? Now if it's one where you're drilling the same size, you put this in there and you get the piece of wood out, right? So when Milwaukee, because I happen to like pack out, said they were going to come out with a pack out version, I thought, you know, this kit's going to be awesome. And it's okay. I'm a Milwaukee fanboy and I'm not going to upset Milwaukee, but this thing's a joke. They sell two of these in the store that are the exact same price at Home Depot and some other places. And one of them is sort of this forward, backward action locking. And the other one's this stupid thing, which if you zoom in, you'll look at this. There is a rubber O-ring. There's a one on this side. This one's steel. It keeps the nut from coming off. And then there's another one that keeps it from being loose. And you slide that thing forward when you want to lock in. You slide it, right, or not slide, unbolt or tighten, loosen. And then you go like that, and that's why that O-ring moves. You go like that to loosen it, you go like that. So this, watch this, right? So I'm going to put this on here. Okay, and this is intentionally boring. So I hope you guys like this. So I'm going to drill a hole. So I'm going to go there. Then I'm going to slide that forward. Now I'm going to tighten up the nut. Okay, then I'm going to come over to my board. Okay, and this kit, these just have these triangles, right? So you grab like a screwdriver and you go like that and you drill the same hole. That's great. Now I want to drill a different size hole. So now I come back over here, I loosen up the nut, I slide down this little rubber O-ring assembly, I grab this hot hole saw, I grab another one, right? This is, you guys get the point, but I'm literally going to show you how much time this is. Right? So now, okay. So now I'm ready to drill another one. So I posted about this on the Instagrams, and a lot of you mentioned one of these style. And that was pretty interesting because I have, where do I have them? I have a bunch, as you can see. Here they are. And I don't really like them. This one that comes with the, where is it? Where's safety glasses? One of the front one of them. The one that comes with this kit, yeah. So this is a 3/8 inch hex shaft, right? Interestingly enough, the one that comes with the Milwaukee is 7/16, and that at least is nice because it can work with these locking extending shafts. So if you need to get back there in the joist cavity, and here's your foundation wall and it's blocked, and you can't get your drill in there, it's really nice. Whereas these little 3/8, but if you're drilling a big hole like this, you would think you would want a bigger shaft, but whatever, you know, some people like smaller shafts. So Brian, BP Way, Kaizen phone Brian reached out to me and said, let me send you something. quick mandrel. So that sounds interesting. Watch the video for it. So this thing shows up in the mail. Thank you, Brian. Okay. So first thing I noticed and I was happy to see is it's a 7/16 shaft as well. It locks into that. So there's that crossed off the list. Whereas the one that comes with the rigid, it doesn't. So I've never been able to use my extension on that. Now the Milwaukee one that's slow as snot, that one does, but it's okay. So what I want to show you now is we're going to put this on this drill. Okay, so this is the one I took off, right? That's taking it off. That's putting it on. Now this happens to be hammer mode. Let's not do it in hammer. So that also shows that Gen 1 and that old battery is a little tired compared to this guy. But here, I'll loosen it. I'll grab this one. It's a little bigger. Okay. All I do is line up the annual. What do they call it? Mandrel. Right. So you line up these two pins with either one of the pins in there. Just push straight in. And there's a tighten and there's a loosen. Loosen, obviously. See, that falls off. Tighten, make sure it's just locked in. Now, that's funny because those pieces are probably because this MDF is busting. Let me. So the Milwaukee ones do have a slot to where you can do sort of an angular spread to get your material out. These ones don't. These older style have it to where you put a flathead, but I've always found a lot of times it's easier to get it out if you do this. All right, so see how quick I locked that on there? Now I'm gonna drill this bigger one. Okay, and then what I would do is I would loosen it. I'd take a screwdriver in the center and I poke it out that way because it's in the center, which means your force is focused and it's distributing the force through this entire direction, whereas when you're going sideways, you're wedging it in there. So that's always what I've done. I've always sat there, even if I'm drilling the same hole size, I've always taken this off the mandrel, put it back on the mandrel, taken off the mandrel, and a lot of you guys commented like, why don't you just use these slots? And I guess I agree that if I'm doing it, I should, but to me, it just seems to take forever. And when I was using this one, with this back out, then pull the rubber washer, and unscrew that, and I was getting my hands pretty hot. So, again, let's release it. So you can see, it's got a little quick mechanism that senses when you put it in a bit, and you're lining up those holes, and there you go. And to release it, you turn, pops out. Nice thing about this, it fits all that standard thread size, no problem. But even if this thread was ruined, it doesn't matter because it's not actually threading into it. So as long as it has those pins and it's about the right size, it's gonna work. I'm sold by this. It doesn't fit that case, but it does fit that case. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'm going to take this crappy foam that they include in this Milwaukee kit. I'm going to take that out, replace it with Kaizen foam, and I'm going to get as many of these bits and these bits into here. Side note, if you buy the Milwaukee pack-out one, it's nice that they include this stuff with you. Don't ask me why they did not just do that and you have more space. They also even include, I think it's funny, this mandrel that doesn't fit any of these bits. It's only for the small ones. So Kaizen, if you're or FastCap, but I know that Brian has to do with it. Or I think Brian was one of the inventors on it or whatever. But you guys need to make one for the smaller sizes. I know these are less of an issue, but this thing's too cool. There's no way I'll go back to using these when I can use this quick release one. So yeah, I'd say that's definitely a win. So all of you that commented on my video, my little quick post about it, about what the ways you switch these out, check this out. FastCap, bpway.com, the quick mandrel. It's pretty awesome, and you'll be seeing a updated version of this pack out come out pretty soon from me. I mean, my version of it, with more of these hole saw bits and this guy being in there instead of this crappy thing. Sorry, Milwaukee, but this one rocks. But that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys head over to BP Way and check out this stuff from Brian and FastCap. Stuff's pretty awesome. Have a good one. I'm Jacob Hall. Pack out.